Empaths and Anxiety. In this video, we will take a more in-depth look at empaths and anxiety. Later in this video, I'll talk about what can be done about anxiety if you are an empath. Hi there, my name is Doug Knoll. I'm a speaker, teacher, author, and peacemaker. I've dedicated my life to understanding human conflict, and I've learned that emotional competency is the path to peace and happiness for every person. I developed a new website, Empath.help, to provide resources for highly sensitive empaths and a place for the non-empathic to be trained in empathic skills. In a few minutes, I'm going to talk about how to relieve empath anxiety. But first, what is the relationship between being an empath and anxiety? Many empaths suffer from anxiety, and the question is, why? Well, empaths are often anxious. They suffer from anxiety, but usually do not know why. And it seems like empaths and anxiety go together like peas in a pod. But what's really going on? Well, first of all, let's look at what is anxiety. The word anxiety was derived from the Latin root anxiet, meaning trouble in the mind about some uncertain event. It has a Greek root anxo, meaning to squeeze, strangle, or press tight. Anxiety is the reaction to situations perceived as stressful or dangerous. Anxiety is anticipatory in that you are thinking about what bad things might happen to you. And anxiety can be a persistent feeling of dread, apprehension, and impending disaster, or tension and uneasiness. Persistent anxiety leads to stress caused by a chronic fight or flight arousal. Anxiety is also a crucial part of several different disorders. These include panic disorder, which is experiencing recurring panic attacks at unexpected times, and a person with panic disorder may live in fear of the next panic attack. Phobias, which are excessive fears of specific objects, situations, or activities. Social anxiety disorder, which is an extreme fear of being judged by others in social situations. Obsessive-compulsive disorder, which is a recurring irrational thoughts that lead you to perform specific repeated behaviors. Separation anxiety disorder, which is the fear of being away from home or loved ones. Illness anxiety disorder, which is anxiety about your health, formerly called hypochondria. And post-traumatic stress disorder, which is anxiety following a traumatic event. So the first question is this anxiety yours or mine? The first question to ask yourself is, who does this anxiety belong to? Your anxiety might not be yours at all. In fact, 80% of the anxiety you might experience as an empath is definitely not yours. Still, you may be overwhelmed by someone else's painful emotions, such as anxiety or anger. Can you separate the anxiety another person might be feeling? You might also suffer from your own anxiety, but managing your own anxiety is much different than dealing with another person's anxiety. So let's talk about how to manage empath anxiety. The first tool is discernment. You have to be aware that you are feeling anxious. Many empaths cannot name their emotional experiences and are alexithemic. Alexithymia is the inability to label or name one's emotional experiences, and this is very common with empaths. Learning how to label your emotional experiences, regardless of the source, yours or others, is a critical step in managing anxiety. The second step is to figure out whose anxiety you're feeling, your own or someone else's. You will feel relief when you have a sense of the source of the anxiety. To soothe yourself, take a mental step back. The next step is to take some physical action. Taking action usually relieves anxiety. Here are some steps you can put into your toolbox. First, remove yourself from the situation if you can. If you decide that the anxiety belongs to someone around you, leave. Now, you might be in a meeting that requires your presence, but just excuse yourself for a moment as if you were going to the restroom. Give yourself some space and time to clear the anxiety of the other person. Slow down your breathing. When you consciously slow down your breathing, you are activating a part of your central nervous system that maintains a calm state. Slow, deep breathing tells other parts of your body that everything is fine, no need to panic. This is why meditation is an excellent practice for managing anxiety. But you don't have to know how to meditate, however. Just take some slow, deep breaths. Feel the anxiety and submerge yourself in it until it dissipates. If you're at home or in a private place, submit to the anxiety. Imagine expanding the anxiety throughout your body and the universe. Sit with the discomfort, and it will be uncomfortable for a few seconds, and then in a minute or so, the anxiety will pass. Interestingly, if you fight anxiety, it will tighten its grip on you. If you expand and embrace it, it will let you go. Exercise. Since anxiety demands action, getting some exercise is a good way to manage anxiety no matter its source. Simple exercises include walking, stretching, yoga, qigong, and other types of gentle, relaxing exercises. Also consider foods. Research suggests that the food you eat may have a beneficial impact on your brain if you frequently experience anxiety. In mice, diets low in magnesium increased anxiety-related behaviors, so this suggests that foods naturally rich in magnesium may help you feel calmer. Examples of these foods include leafy greens such as spinach and Swiss chard. Other sources of magnesium include legumes, nuts, seeds, and whole grains. Foods rich in zinc such as oysters, cashews, liver, beef, and egg yolks have been linked to lowered anxiety. Foods that contain omega-3 fatty acids reduce anxiety. A study completed on medical students in 2011 was one of the first to show that omega-3s may help reduce anxiety. And these foods include wild salmon, sardines, and other cold water fish that are high in these anxiety-reducing nutrients. A study in the journal Psychiatry Research suggested a link between probiotic foods, such as pickles, sauerkraut, and kefir, lowered social anxiety. We all know that asparagus is a healthy vegetable, and based on research, the Chinese government approved the use of an asparagus extract as a natural functional food and beverage ingredient due to its anti-anxiety properties. Foods rich in vitamin B, such as avocado and almonds, will reduce anxiety. These feel-good foods spur the release of neurotransmitters such as serotonin and dopamine, and they are all a safe and easy first step in managing anxiety. You probably know that MSG, monosodium glutamate, is bad for you. And the reason is that MSG excites your central nervous system and, among other things, promotes anxiety. So stay away from diet sodas and Chinese takeout heavy on MSG. Anxiety is not a curse. Many empaths suffer from anxiety thinking they are cursed for life, but that's simply not true. With some understanding of what anxiety is and where it comes from, and the judicious use of the tools revealed in this video, you can alleviate anxiety. However, you have to take action and not be a passive victim to your anxiety. We are putting together a series of courses that will guide you through many of the steps in this article and the others you will find here at empath.help. Is this interesting? Tell us what your problems are and how you feel about what we write about in the comments section below. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. In my next video, I'll talk about female empaths and relationships. And if you are interested in learning more and want to join our tribe, visit empath.help.